Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about how to open your heart chakra.
I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
From ZenRoseGarden.com.
.com. Helping people create
badass lives. So how do you open your heart chakra? Exactly.
Well, first key, release the grief.
We talked about this kind of this week about releasing grief from the heart chakra because that is what blocks the heart. Some kind of grief. Although it might not look like grief when you get to your heart chakra healing. It might look like a lot of different things. It might look like anger. It might look like numbness. It might look like depression.
Yes, those are some very key points to look at when you're trying to open your heart chakra and deal with any kind of grief. Grief will sometimes manifest as anger because you've got some stuff to vent before you get to that state of peace.
So when we talk about releasing grief in the heart chakra, that's a really simple thing to say. You just need to release the grief in your heart chakra. But grief has stages. There's the first stage, which is anger and denial, or shock and denial, sorry.
Shock and denial.
The next stage, which is anger. And the next stage, which is depression or sadness. And then the next stage, which is the bargaining stage. This stage of grief, we see people get stuck in the most. And it's really tricky to get out of. Sometimes people are stuck in this stage.
It's one of the hardest stages to recognize, but if you ever get in those stages of the coulda, woulda, shouldas, that would be bargaining.
What I was going to say
was
you can get stuck in this stage for years and not realize it because it's harder to let go because it is the woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's like, well, I should have showed up more. If I had done this, that wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have died. They wouldn't have left me. They wouldn't have fired me from my job. They wouldn't have, whatever the case may be. So if you can look at your woulda, coulda, shouldas
in a much different way,
then you might be able to finally release that grief. So this is a tricky stage.
Then you get to the awesome stage of acceptance.
Yes. And when you get to acceptance, you have opened your heart chakra. So if you want to know how to open your heart chakra, this is probably one of the hardest stages of grief to navigate and release. So take a look at this one, do some soul searching. When you when you get rid of that, you naturally open the heart chakra and get to that acceptance.
So the natural byproduct of doing your work is finding that state of peace.
Yes. All right, guys. For more badass life tips, be sure to subscribe, guys.
And click that bell to turn notifications on.
And we'll see you in the next video.